Deshaun, how did you go from I've done nothing wrong, I've never disrespected any woman, to settling so many of these lawsuits and now agreeing to this discipline? How did you get from that point to this?
Well, I've always stood on my innocence and always said that I've never assaulted anyone or disrespected anyone, and I'm continuing to stand on that. But at the same time, I have to continue to push forward my life and my career. And for us to be able to move forward, I have to be able to take steps and put pride to the side. And I'm going to continue to stand on my innocence and keep pushing forward. And I've always, stood on not disrespecting or sexual assaulting anyone.
Browns quarterback Deshaun Watson, formerly of the Texans, after all that drama was going around him and these sexual assault accusations and settlements, he's now been suspended for 11 games and fined $5 million by the NFL as they continue their ongoing sexual misconduct case against him. It's the largest in NFL history, by the way. He was asked by reporters why he continues to apologize if he's just so innocent. He had this to say.
What are you apologizing for then? What are you apologizing for?
For everyone that was affected about this situation. There was a lot of people that was triggered.
But not the women that accused you of this?
I've apologized to all women. So anybody that was affected, even yourself.
If you're so offended by all these accusations, I apologize. Hey, bro, since you're so triggered by asking me the question about why I'm suspended for 11 games and fined $5 million, hey, that's your trigger, man. It's not me. Anytime someone apologizes with the term trigger, then you understand what they're saying, and they understand that you know what they're saying. In other words, it's a big middle finger. Okay, these accusations have been frequent. In case you guys didn't know what this is about, they've been frequent and startling. More than 24 women have said that the football star harassed or assaulted them during massage appointments that Watson and his lawyers insist were innocuous. Since the first wave of suits were filed against Watson last year, the main allegations against him have become familiar. Women complain that Watson turned messages sexual without their consent, including purposely touching them with his penis and coercing sexual acts. Now, the judge found that there was enough egregious evidence that Deshaun is guilty, including his own text messages. This is the crazy part, but he still doesn't seem to really have much of an issue with messages like this. In a deposition on May 13th, Watson was asked about this text message he sent to Ashley Solis, who's one of his accusers, immediately after their appointment in March of 20. This is what the text said: "Sorry about you feeling uncomfortable," is what he wrote. Watson acknowledged that Solis was teary-eyed at the end of their session, but testified under oath that he still does not understand why. No idea why, Rick. He doesn't get it. Like, why are you guys so upset? I mean, bro, all I did was text you and say, I'm sorry you were uncomfortable with our interaction at the massage therapy appointment that now 3 other people have accused me of. What's the big deal?
Yep.
I think the NFL wanted like a year-long suspension, which I think the point would have been to let this blow over and no one talks about him for a while, but I don't know if that's gonna work. Sorry, go ahead.
So they're not getting what they wanted, but I will say the NFL has a long history of not caring about women, okay? This is prevalent, many people will point to Ray Rice and Janae Palmer in the Atlantic City elevator. There have been countless examples of how and why the NFL doesn't care, but they will put on the breast cancer awareness, and like they will always try to find ways to better their PR system. 2 notes on that. The first is they wanted a year-long suspension. He's getting 11 games. I personally believe a year is light for 2 reasons. The first is his $230 million guarantee is pretty much untouched. I believe it's 229.5 now that he's getting fully guaranteed. The other part about this is, do you know the game that is going to mark his return and why this was 11?
Oh.
Take a wild guess.
It might be against the Texans?
It's against the Houston Texans. So look, man, I have covered this story a lot. I think Deshaun Watson got off fairly light. I think Jimmy Haslam saying everybody deserves second chances. I understand. I think people do deserve second chances, but he had his chance to stop, in my view, in my opinion, after the first woman, after the second woman. He has settled all but one of these lawsuits. Do I think he's learned from this? No, I don't. And also, you have an owner in Jimmy Haslam who previously, with his companies, evaded the stiffest of penalties, paid like millions of dollars in fines to the DOJ for what he did, and he hasn't learned his lesson. This is the face of the franchise. They are continuing to dig their own hole, and the divisive rhetoric of Deshaun Watson, not that he has to, but simply changing his story over and over and over again and lying to our faces is grotesque, and it's something I will never go along with.
Because we'll see. Well, time will tell. Because maybe that's all he has to do, and he's like, I'm gonna keep it as low as much accountability as possible at a lowest level. Because there was also one accuser that didn't go with the settlement. She says she wants more. She wants him to have some actual accountability and actually apologize and own up to what he did. She's like, nope, not me. So 23 out of the 24 have settled. She has a piece in Daily Beast. You can read up on it more. I don't have time to go through her quote. It's a very good one. But she had a whole piece there.